Okay, well, that was a weird intro, but well, how I promised I would put a poll on the Instagram. Well, that didn't happen. I got sidetracked and I forgot to do it. So, well, with democracy out the window here, I just picked it for myself. It would be Kiss, because I wanted to do a huge discography. Well, Kiss has 20 albums, and I thought, well, that would be a fun one to do, because, well, a lot of you guys don't know what my opinions on Kiss is. For the people that don't know, I'm not going to spoil what their songs are really about, just that they have a mythology where there's some spirit that likes to try to take the Black Diamond. Just leave it at that. I'm not going to spoil any things with the dirty stuff that's in their music, but, well, I'm not going to spoil that. I'm not going to spoil the themes, but a lot of their songs are sexual and very inappropriate in certain senses, but that's for people to find it out on their own. And if you want to spoil it in the comment section, albeit it's not my thing to regulate in the comment section. You could say whatever you want in the comment section, if it is constructive towards this video. Let's start out at number 20, or my least favorite one, or usually everybody's least favorite one is Carnival of Souls, of course. The grunge album that is an hour of just boring, absolute... Well, it doesn't even sound like Kiss. It doesn't sound like Kiss at all. That's the problem with this album. It sounds too much of generic grunge like usual. Like what usual bands did back in the day. You've seen Sodom do it a little bit. You've seen Metallica do it majorly. And you've seen... what was that other band that did it? Like majorly... Oh, Overkill did it in a sense. A lot of bands did it, and it failed them miserably. It failed Kiss miserably. So that's why I have that song there. I don't like anything from it. Here's another one I don't like anything from it, and I think it's just weird and doesn't really add anything to Kiss, which is the music from The Elder. This is number 19. Why I don't like this album per se is just, well, it's boring. It's long and it's boring. I like there to be a lot of rhythm in the Kiss albums, and here's one that people get pissed about, number 18, or my third least favorite album. This one was my least favorite album before I listened to these other ones, which would be Dressed to Kill. The thing about this album is just some of the riffs don't actually go with the lyrics, and it sounds completely off from the song. Like, the lyrics are going one part, the vocals are going one part, and the notes don't even match up with the guitars. It just goes off in a whole different direction, and it's just weird. I know it's the original lineup. There's a few good songs on here, like Rock and Roll All Night, of course, their big hit. Room Service, the first one on here, is, if you get what that song's about, it is an illegal action that song is about. If you don't know what the illegal thing that they're talking about in that song, I'm not going to spoil it. Someone else can. She, which is a good song. It's a normal Kiss song to get into. That's all that's good on this album, in my opinion. It's quite sad that this album is down this far, reaching that it's their original lineup. Number 17 is disco album, Dynasty. This isn't their original lineup. Peter Criss isn't in this album. That's a thing that happened. They put it, like, you would think Criss would be on this album, but he isn't, actually. Peter Criss is not on this album at all. The good ones from here is I Was Made for Loving You, of course. 2000 Man is fun. Charisma is good, and then that's really all that's good on this album. It's more of a same thing with Dress to Kill, but not as bad. But it was an experiment, which they're known to do. Next one is one that I don't have, and I gotta look it up on my Xbox. Revenge. Their 1992 album that had a lot of heavy metal influences to it. It sounds heavy, it's fat, it's like where I think it would be going up from here. It's an okay Kiss album. It's not the best. There's a lot of weird things that they should have not avoided in this album. It's not the original sound, of course. It's, well, 90s Kiss. What to say about 90s Kiss? The one album is terrible, the other one is okay to listen to, and you'll see about the other one. Next one, or I think it's number 15. 15 is 1989's Hot in the Shade, the one that came out right before Revenge. Hide Your Heart's good. Forever is amazing. King of Hearts. And there's just other songs that just sound so freaking pop influenced. It's like, is this Bon Jovi? That's the type of thing that I'm getting from this album. A lot of Bon Jovi type sounding stuff, which I like the old Bon Jovi, but I don't really listen to it 24/7, and I kind of think the weird water-themed album with all the popular songs on it's kind of terrible, but that's my opinion on it. And this is all my opinion. Don't take it to heart and think, oh, I have to hate this album because this guy hates it. No. It's all my opinion. You can love what you want. It's just generic. That's all it's about it. Number 14, or their album that was a decade waiting, Sonic Boom from 2009, that isn't available anywhere on streaming platforms, which is kind of annoying to do this ranking like that, which I have to try to find this album to listen to. I couldn't even find a CD. Like, even before the thing that's going on now, I couldn't find a CD for this album. I couldn't buy it on the internet. I couldn't buy it anywhere. It's like, how do you take something off a streaming platform and not have any way of someone actually purchasing to listen to it? It's just kind of stupid. It just makes it so people can't listen to the record. That's all I gotta say about this one. This one is, well, like the old sound, but just not as good as the old albums. Next one, number 13. Lick It Up. A lot of people's gonna hate me for this one too, but I put Lick It Up here just because it's not as exciting as everybody says it is, and it's kind of generic. Generic glam metal, like usual 80s glam. Yep, and I'm trying to hurry up through there and not explain why too much, but another reason is it's just, well, it just doesn't sound like, it's just off. It's just off-putting to where Kiss was, and then was after it. It's just how I am. I just don't feel like that album is that good. Number 12, Psycho Circus. This is where Kiss is at their one of their best. Like, as you can see, the thing changed because I'm actually looking it up. Original lineup's back. For some songs, and then there's some other songs that have different members on it. I Pledge Allegiance to the State of Rock and Roll, which is cool. I think it has a little bit of the United States National Anthem in it for the solo, which is pretty cool. You Wanted the Best is another song on here that's pretty freaking good. Like, just overall, just a run-of-the-mill Kiss album. Like, that's all that is. It's just Kiss at its finest, but not its finest because there's better albums than that. Let's go to number 11, number 11, Hotter Than Hell, the second release, the original lineup. Got to Choose, Going Blind, Hotter Than Hell, Mainline, really good songs. There's just some really just not as good as some of the albums up above it. It just was a victim of, well, better albums over time, and it just got pushed down. This used to be one of my favorites, and it got pushed down to number 11. Let's go to number 10. I'm trying to hurry this through because I don't want it to be a 20-minute video. It probably will be, but it is what it is. Number 10, or top 10, is starts out with Monster, the 2012 release. Hell or Hallelujah, Freak, Back to the Stone Age, Long Way Down. Just, it's Kiss back at its original prime. It's pretty good time period, like, or its usual, like, note progressions. I'm just losing my words here because it's so, I've never done a ranking this big. I'm catching myself on things that I'm saying that it's like, why did I say that? 2 minutes ago. And it's all raw. I do these videos all raw, and it's just been, that's what I did with Cannibal Corpse. Number 9, I'm gonna move on because that's how I deal with things. I just move on. Animalize. What to say about this album? It's all good. It's all good. Everything from up here is just perfect. Every song is perfect on all these albums. It's just how I had to place them, and it was very hard doing it. And there's some albums I look back and think, that album is not as good as this one, but because everybody's going to piss me off, is it going to be up higher? Animalize is just, well, not as good as the other albums. That's just what I'm going to leave it as because, well, I can't say that, can't just put it higher just because everybody's going to get mad at me for it. And this is where someone also gets mad. I'm going to call this one as well. Number 8, Love Gun. Don't hate me for it, but Love Gun's here just because there's a lot better albums than Love Gun. Christine 16, probably my favorite one on here. Love Gun, Hooligan, Plastercaster, Shock Me. It's Kiss at their classics. It's the classic Kiss. And, well, I'm going to move on from here because I can't explain it, why I put this album here. I just put it here because, well, number 7's better than number 8. Which number 7 would be Asylum. Their 85, I think. Yeah, 1985 release. They're, I'm going to explain why it's here. Songs like King of the Mountain, Who Wants to Be Lonely, Trial by Fire, Tears Are Falling, Radar for Love, those songs put it above Love Gun. They're more drawn out, they're more rhythm based, and they're like, I like them better. Are we top 5 yet? No, we're not top 5 yet. We're at number 6. Kiss, Rock and Roll Over, at number 6. Calling Dr. Love is the best one off here. Mr. Speed. Mr. Speed is also dirty. So is Calling Dr. Love. Ladies' Room. That is also really dirty. I Want You. Not dirty, because it's just a love song. Kiss is normal love songs, but then some of them are very inappropriate and should never be played at school or at any function. They're just meant for home listening, and they're not meant to be actually blasted out loud unless it's a Kiss show that I go to every year that isn't going to be a show this year, which I'm kind of pissed about. So yeah, that's why number 6 is here. It's just not good as number 5. Number 5 is really going to piss people off thinking it should be lower because of the very poppy type thing in this album, which is Unmasked, or the 1980 album. That is like the first that's not the original lineup without Peter Criss, but as I've talked about before, they admitted years later that Criss wasn't on Dynasty at all. And the album art was done before they recorded it. This one has number 2, Shandy, which is a good song. She's So European, Torpedo Girl, Naked City, which is awesome. What Makes the World Go Round, Is That You? I love this album. I'm going to show the artwork for this album, like to look at how good of a production this album was, and how much of an underrated classic this album is. This art here is the poster in the CD. In the CD version, you have to pick up the CD version for that. That's why I like to pick up CDs, because of stuff like that. You don't get to see or read about the songs more if you don't listen to the CD, or you don't go through the booklet of the CD and look at every single detail inside here. And it just adds more to the Kiss discography for this. It just adds more to their product, their business, almost. Number 4, the one you were waiting for to see where I put it. Is at number 4, the Kiss self-titled first album. God, I love Let Me Know. I love that song so much. It just has such a good rhythm. Strutter, Nothing to Lose, Firehouse, Cold Gin, Kissing Time, Deuce, Love Theme from Kiss, 100,000 Years, and Black Diamond. Just kick ass. Like, it's just kick ass songs, songwriting, vocals, everything about this is just raw Kiss at its finest. The first album that was, well, the best, let's say, most people's books. I've heard a lot of people say that one's the best. Not for me. I like some other ones better. And you probably have already narrowed it down which ones haven't been said yet. Number 3, Creatures of the Night, their premier heavy metal album. Creatures of the Night, Saints and Sinner, Rock and Roll Hell, Danger, I Love It Loud, Still Love You, Killer, and War Machine. Pretty damn good. Damn good Kiss album. It's the first one that Ace Frehley wasn't on. The first one that they produced without Ace Frehley, even though he's on the cover. And even though, just like the Dynasty album, they designed the cover before recording it, so how Peter Criss wasn't on Dynasty, Ace Frehley wasn't on this album. And he has a credit on here, but he's not on the album. So that's a cool, neat fact about this album. Yeah. Number 2. You've already narrowed it down to which ones it is. But number 2, Crazy Nights, their 1987 album. Why? Reason to Live is a reason. Crazy, Crazy Nights. I'll fight hell to hold you. Bang, bang you, which is pretty bad. No, no, no. Hell or High Water, My Way. When the Walls Come Down. Actually a great song. Good Girl Gone Bad. Actually a good song as well. Turn on the Night and Thief in the Night. Everything on here is perfect. And while it has to be a perfect album that takes them over, and the poster that I have in the back, of course, because, well, I had to pick up a poster for my favorite album, and it's been on this channel ever since I put it up, which is Destroyers. Their 1976, their first 1976 album. Rock and Roll Over was also released in this year. They did 2 albums in 1 year. And, well, both of those albums ended up top 10, which is awesome. One of them ended up at number 1. Detroit Rock City, King of the Nighttime World, God of Thunder, Great Expectations, Flaming Youth, Sweet Pain, Shout It Out Loud, Beth, and Do You Love Me. All great songs. All songs that if they played it live, just this album, and didn't play nothing else, I'd be perfectly fine with it. A perfect album. Everything from like number 9 and up is perfect in my book. It's just the best point of Kiss's career right here. This album is what made them them. And it's kind of sad how the self-destruct went of this band that's been one of the greatest bands ever. So that's it. It's at 21 minutes. This has been the longest ranking that I've ever done and will ever do on the channel, unless I do Motorhead, which I'm thinking about it. I have most of their albums. I've listened to every single one of their albums. And I kind of have a... And if I do that, I have to listen to them all again over, which is going to be kind of a pain in the ass. Next video is a very unpopular one that's going to be on this channel called, I don't even know what number this ranking is. But the next ranking will be Avenged Sevenfold, which is going to piss a lot of long-time fans on this YouTube channel off because I used to be an elitist. And you know how elitists think about Avenged Sevenfold. They completely hate Avenged Sevenfold. And then, well, the one after that video is going to be albums from this year that I think are noteworthy to this point. Hope you sat through the video till the end and kind of had a surprise every album I brung up, and well, every single Kiss album that I just went through. And don't completely hate my style of videos. I do my style of videos raw, and it's more of a document type video. I just don't really like editing and going through all the random bullshit with that. I kind of hate, like, I having to pay for editing software at this time. I can't even go to the store to get any, so that's fine. I just gotta post the videos like this because, well, even if I wanted to edit videos, like, I've never done that. I've done that a few times for channels. But if I wanted to do that, I would have to brave the stores, which I don't want to do, because I've already stayed away from the stores for about maybe 2 weeks already. So I'm trying to ride this health crisis out, trying to give you guys videos to watch, give you guys long, drawn-out music reviews and stuff from me that I consider good content. I know a lot of people will not make it to this point. Most people don't, but the long-time subscribers sometimes do. It's just fun for me to do the videos. It's not... You guys don't have to stay to the end. I don't expect it. I would hope you guys would, but it's more of just... I've just tried to do YouTube for a long time and just build up a big base, but I've just never gotten the thing of getting a whole lot of attention on YouTube. I've done very bad things that I'm not proud of in this community, which I've already explained in the Metal Elitist Has to Stop video that's on my channel, which you'll see that I talked a lot of shit on videos that I deleted. I did delete a lot of videos on that month of doing YouTube. I'm just like, these videos are so... I'm such a big asshole in those videos. It's like, I don't even want to watch them anymore. I don't even want them on my channel. And it's... I've apologized so many times for those videos, and a lot of people don't really give me a chance with the newer videos, and I've suffered because of those old videos, and I understand why I did suffer. It's an asshole elitist. I used to talk shit on Avenged Sevenfold, and I think by doing an album ranking by for their albums would be a great payback on all the bad attention I gave them back in the day, and bands like Bullet for My Valentine and Trivium and all the bands I used to talk shit on. I just got caught up in that whole true metal crusade type thing, which I just feel like was wrong. So that's my rant for the late video of this Kiss ranking. I didn't mean to do that, but I'm gonna keep it in there just to kind of say I'm sorry to the community for doing that kind of stuff back then. I think it was maybe like a year ago. So that's it. That's how I rank Kiss. Hope you guys like the video. Hope you like it, subscribe, and follow me on Twitter and Instagram to see me not post for a year and a half. I'm not trying to, but I don't really post a lot. So that'll be it. Hope you guys like it, and this is where I end the video.